So I'm having a chat with Drax Project. How are you both?
Right.
Very good. How are you, bro?
Good, yeah, not too bad. The reason we're having a little chat is because you're coming here to the UK in May. You've got some tour dates. I bet you can't wait to be back over here and doing some shows again.
Absolutely fizzing. We were there in June last year, and we can't wait to be back. It's yeah, can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of cool as well because we're going to be playing like out of London as well a little bit more, which yeah we haven't done before, so it'll be fun.
yeah. I think you've got five kind of dates of your own, but you've also got Great Escape Festival as well. So you're timing it in quite nicely to do some bits over here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's perfect. We played Great Escape a little while ago now, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun to go back.
Yeah, I can well imagine. How's the set list coming along? Because you've been releasing quite a few tracks over the last few years. You've probably got a new set list together. Is it ready?
uh, we're one of those terrible bands that decides the set list 20 minutes before the gig. Um, it will definitely be different from the last time we were there. How different? Who knows?
Are you going to say that each night's going to be a different set list then, or is it a case of you got to make sure you do all five nights the same as best as you can anyway?
It definitely evolves, like sometimes even just to change things up, keep things fresh. We'll mix things up, especially in the middle of the set. The beginning and the end tend to stay pretty similar, but the middle of the set can change, and it can change on the fly as well. So
Yeah, we normally change at least one song if we're playing in like similar if there's any chance that someone's gonna see us more than once, then we
mix it
try
up.
to change the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, nice. And this is the first time you're coming back to the UK since you released your live album, which you released in November last year. For those who weren't aware of it or didn't know about it, tell us a bit about the live album and why you did it.
yeah, we recorded it at a venue called the Jazz Cafe in London, which was awesome. Like we heard that we had booked a couple of gigs through our booking agent there, and we'd seen, like, when we looked it up, it was like, okay, cool, this is a legendary venue, and there's like a whole bunch of these live records that we've heard in the past, that have been recorded there, like Olivia Dean, D'Angelo. There's like some
Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai stuff.
Mm.
So we were like, okay, cool. We've been wanting to make a live record, and put it out for people to listen to because the energy's quite different, to our studio stuff. So yeah, it was a good opportunity for it.
Yeah, yeah, nice. And it's been a couple of years since you released your last record, Upside. It's been a year and a bit actually. Have you started thinking towards record three yet?
Oh yeah, we're quite deep in the writing process for that, which is exciting. We just wrapped up our New Zealand summer tour just over New Year's and stuff, which we were testing out a few of the new songs, which is exciting. So yeah, definitely new music on the way,
Nice.
which is cool.
How's it sounding?
It's
Fantastic.
good. Yeah, it's good. It's cool as well because yeah, we'll get to throw a few of those in, hopefully with the new set list like we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's something cool. It was like kind of taken a little bit of inspiration from doing the live record, actually, like trying to capture a little bit more of um just the energy that we have when we play together live, and try and put
Mhm.
that in the recorded one, because like Sam said, it's really well, it's been difficult for us in the past to um for that live energy, yeah, to replicate the live energy into the studio. We've found it quite difficult to like make it translate. So that's something that we're working on for this new stuff, which is exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. How's it sounding in comparison to the two records and the EPs of yours that are out there?
It's still similar, like still the same band, obviously, and uh we're not like changing up what kind of music that we're writing, but we've always written quite, I feel like, quite diverse music.
Yeah.
So there's still like at the moment anyway, there's quite a big mix of stuff. Not sure if we'll kind of narrow it down to be more of kind of one thing or keep it a bit open yet, but Yeah, it's all pretty much still the same, similar kind of stuff, really.
Yeah, there's like some poppier stuff. There's some kind of heavier stuff, like that sounds a bit like All This Time or Oh My, which are a couple of tracks that we've released. Or but I think the thing that kind of pulls it all together, like Ben was saying, is that we're trying to capture that live energy a little bit more. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially when we get in the studio and track some drums, how it all comes together.
Yeah, we say we're putting live energy into it, but at the moment we're still figuring out exactly how that looks or how that sounds. So yeah, we're in the thick of it at the moment, which is cool.
Do you think you might do it as a live kind of all the way through take and take the best one from that, or do you think you'll layer it like most do?
Don't know. If we get the right take, then we'll use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, we're just kind of not throwing darts at the board, but we're just getting as much to choose from, basically, just like stockpiling and be like, oh, these kind of work together. This is good. This is good. Yeah.
We've considered the concept as well of is like, since we did the live album, and who knows if it'll work or not, but using some parts of recordings from live shows and like maybe mixing that in there. So we'll see. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe we can make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds new and fresh and original as well. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
Most of the time they start from one of us bringing in some kind of established idea, whether it's like a melody and some lyrics, or just a concept, or a beat that one of us have made, or a riff, something that
has a clear direction.
Because that's the thing. Because all four of us are so involved in kind of all aspects of the music that we make, it's the possibilities are endless. So we get a bit like stuck when we could do anything with something. So typically it starts from someone bringing in like, this is what I've got and it's this vibe. It's like, okay, cool. And once we get into it, like the original, it might steer off and be completely different to what we started with, but that's how we find works best for us, just to get going.
We've also been doing these things called, which we started doing like 2 years ago now, called blind beats, which we kind of just started doing it as like something for fun, like not for anything in particular. And then we filmed them and then we put them on TikTok and socials and stuff, and people kind of liked it. But it's just where the four of us each bring in a part, like our own parts, and we don't know anything of what each other are doing apart from the key and the tempo. And so sometimes it works.
We have 10 minutes to each make our part.
Yeah. And so sometimes it works amazingly and sometimes it sounds terrible. But when it sounds good, we like, there are a few songs that we're working on in terms of writing stuff that have come out of those. And even if just one part is amazing, then it's like, cool, we've got that one part.
Yeah.
And then we run with that.
Most of the time it sounds terrible, all four parts together. But there's always at least two things that sound good together, which is a clear thing. It's like, oh, hey, this is this kind of vibe and this energy in this direction. So just a good little song starting exercise, really.
Yeah.
Is it quite collaborative when you're trying to put a song together, or does everyone still kind of try to stick to their own parts?
Nah, it's so collaborative. Everyone's got as much say over every aspect of the song, which is cool, because once we get to the end of it, everyone's really stoked, and we've got this rule that we try everyone's ideas, like no matter how silly they sound at the time. But yeah, and saying that, it does take us a while sometimes to
come to a conclusion,
because no one's like the boss. It's all like, I think it sounds great, and someone's like, I think it sucks. It's like, all right, we'll put a pin in that for now. Then we'll come back to that.
Let's listen to it a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And coming back to the touring side of things, there's not much else kind of booked in? You've got a couple of European dates, a couple more bits back at home where you guys are. Have you got much more kind of in the works, like festivals this summer and plans for the end of this year too?
Well, we're doing the 5 dates in the UK and Ireland. Or now I think it's 7 with the Great Escape. And then we've just put out the 4 European dates, and there's going to be more European dates to come. So that might be festivals, might be our own shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just working on that.
Mhm.
But we'll be back in New Zealand and Australia later in the year as well, doing some stuff. Yeah, we've got a few things in New Zealand as well coming up before we head away. So it'll be nice to see New Zealand before we head off.
Yeah, yeah. Now we got plenty in the works, but the main kind of focus we got a few shows before we head over to the UK.
Yeah.
But the main focus is writing, and then once we get back from the tour, the main focus will be locking down those songs and getting them all wrapped up. But yeah, heaps of shows on the go, which is cool.
Perfect. Awesome. Guys, it's been a pleasure having a catch up with you.
Yeah, you
Thanks
too,
so
man.
much.